slowly down the window glass, echoing the nights we used to let pass. Faint hum lightly in a fragile line, tracing all the pieces I pretended were fine. But even in the stillness where shadows hide, there's a trembling warmth that won't leave my side. Silent neon reverie in the air, pulling every heartbeat from the quiet glare. Even when the dark feels too much to bear, hope keeps flickering like it's always there. Silent neon reverie in the glow, showing me the past I used to fear to know. Guitar notes shimmer in a gentle sweep, falling like a memory I couldn't keep. The rhythm settles with the softened beat, turning broken echoes into something sweet. And even when the quiet feels too deep, your warmth returns in every sound I keep. Silent neon reverie in the air, pulling every heartbeat from the quiet glare. Even when the dark feels too much to bear, hope keeps flickering like it's always there. Silent neon reverie in the glow, showing me the paths I used to fear to know. Some lights fade slow, but never disappear. They wait in the silence until we draw near. Silent neon reverie, leading me home. Heartstrings glimmer like a fragile tear, drawing every heartbeat closer here. The rhythm moves in a trembling glow, folding broken echoes into something slow. Even when the dark begins to press, your echo softens every heaviness. Moon pulse drifting quietly through the sky, lifting all the weight I never learned to tie. Even when the memories start to fly, hope remains a shadow I can't deny. Moon pulse drifting quietly through the rain. Softly stitching pieces back again. Some nights bloom gently in the ache, teaching hearts which pieces not to break. Moon pulse drifting quietly, still there. Faint reflections shimmer on cold glass, moments of a memory I wished would last. Synth swells drift in a trembling glow, holding every detail only hearts can know. And though the silence feels too wide, I still feel you standing at my side. Pixels on a silver window fall, tracing soft reminders of what we recall. It's the calm I long to make. Soft echo on the waterline tonight, ripping through the dark in a gentle light. Even when the world slips out of sight, hope keeps floating, holding me upright. Soft echo on the waterline, so clear, telling me the quiet still brings you near. glowing. Stay.